And you said you're a virgin, is that correct?
I am a virgin.
And you're a Christian, right?
Yeah, so I'm waiting until
marriage. So you're
marriage.
waiting until marriage.
Yes.
Okay. Are you waiting until marriage?
No.
No?
She lost her
Here,
virginity.
let's-
She uses tampons.
Wait, do you use tampons? Because you might not be a virgin anymore.
Apparently not. Though.
Not Canadian ones, though.
No, I love
Virginity
you.
is
You're
just a
good.
concept, literally.
Yeah, and hymens
Virginity
don't define
is
I don't know.
virginity.
Concept?
At this point,
Because
You're
you
still a
can
virgin.
you
You're a
can put
virgin.
something, you can give somebody cunnilingus or fellatio. You're not a virgin, in my opinion. You're not.
Oh.
Because you're doing something sexual. It's, virgins
Well, I mean-
always try to find a loophole to
Yeah.
Think about-
avoid guilt, but
I used to
it's
have
no
a
reason.
friend in high
Mormons,
school,
like, they're
and she
doing
would say
so
that
much
she would
stuff.
do it in
Catholics,
the back
booty
door.
hole.
Yeah, she would say she would do it in the back door. She's like, I'm still a virgin because
No,
he only
she
hits
was
it in the
not a
back. I'm
virgin.
like, girl.
But,
that is
okay, so you say
interesting.
that virginity is a social construct?
I think so.
Well, it depends how you're framing it. So you would agree, though, that there would be an objective basis. Like, for example, if someone has not had sexual intercourse, that's objective.
You've never been violated if you have never had sexual intercourse. But if you've put a in your mouth or in your that doesn't make you a virgin.
Well, those are
Because
two
you're
different
still doing
things.
something sexual.
Right.
Sure. I mean, I guess you would have to say, okay, well, what constitutes virginity then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I would agree with you if a woman engaged in sex, like she had penetrative anal sex performed on her, but she hasn't had vaginal intercourse.
Correct penetration.
She would not, at least in my view, be considered a virgin. But if she engaged in oral sex, that's where things get a little hazy. I'm not sure if I would remove the virgin categorization from a woman if she engaged in oral sex with somebody.
Yeah, then
Perhaps she lost her oral sex virginity or something. but-
fellatio.
What if
But
she
if you-
swallowed?
if
Is
like
she
a
still a
gay
virgin?
guy-
Right,
Like-
you put somebody's semen in your throat, and you.
Yeah, I think it's
are
still not like
virgin?
pure, but it's
Gross.
not like you're still a virgin if you haven't.
What is a
She's still a
virgin to
virgin.
you? If I could ask you that, what is a virgin to you?
I feel like a person that has never had sex with a man, like a girl.
I would agree that there's
Well, I don't know. Whatever the way women can have sex is, if they have that, then I guess she wouldn't be a virgin. Go ahead, though.
I would agree that it's not just like vaginal penis and vagina. I do think like the back door, you're probably not a virgin anymore. I still, under those definitions, would be considered a virgin. Even oral sex too. I have not partaken in that.
No
So
fellatio.
yes, no fellatio. So no matter your definition in those terms, I still would be categorized as a virgin.
So are you planning to wait till marriage? You mentioned the word pure earlier, and I found that kind of interesting. Is there an ultimate goal behind your virginity, and are you looking for a virgin partner or just a partner to lose yours to? I don't know.
So
Curious.
I plan on waiting till marriage because I believe that God made sex in the covenant of marriage, one man and one woman. I wouldn't necessarily not marry someone because they weren't a virgin either, because I do think there's grace and forgiveness. It would just depend on their heart posture towards it, I would say. What was your other question?
Just that your goal would be towards having a virgin husband, or your goal in virginity is to save it till
purity, the
marriage.
purity thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say why I bring up purity is because it's not like, it's about a restriction of you shouldn't have sex. It's not
Right.
like, that's not the lens in which I view it. It's how can I glorify God with my body? And so using sex in the covenant of marriage. And so when you talk about too, like oral sex, technically maybe some people would say that's not having sex, but it's still impure. And so then as a Christian, I should say, is this really honoring God with my body? And honoring my future potential husband too.
Now, if you were to get married to somebody and you
Yeah.
found out that he was impotent and incapable of having children, or you found that out before marriage, would you still marry him? If the
That's another
virtues that you hold for yourself, he couldn't keep those for your marriage?
So if he couldn't have children and I'm already married, would I stay married to him? Yes. Because I do believe marriage is a lifelong partnership, or, it's two becoming one. Now, obviously that'd be devastating. Like, I do want to have children, but I don't think it's something that I know I wouldn't divorce him because of that. I don't really believe in divorce, so.
Oh, okay.
In most cases. I think there's like maybe 2 exceptions. But
Right. Oh, no, I get what you mean there.
Yeah.
What are the exceptions?
Probably, and So I know Catholics would say, I'm Reformed Protestant, Catholics would say there's really no exception. I think cheating, or like if you're being physically abused, then I think there's maybe some room for that. I could be persuaded either way on that one, but I do think overall, like in most
Persuaded either way.
persuaded that maybe there should be no divorce, period. Like take out the exceptions.
Oh, I thought you meant on the topic of abuse.
Oh, no.
You panicked me for a moment.
Just abuse them back. I'm sorry. Like, just abuse them back, and then it'll be okay. You make it even Steven.
So going back to the virgin thing,
Yeah.
I don't really consider myself like a virgin because I feel like I haven't had sex, but like I do other stuff.
You
like
masturbate?
Yeah, like, you know, but you know what I mean? So at that point, I don't really think.
Yeah, I guess it depends on your definition of these things, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess I would consider it to be probably anything where there's like penetration.
But I like do it myself, so like.
Yeah, I guess I don't know where
Yeah,
I would
like
fall
what
on
if
that.
you stick your fingers in yourself? Is that counts as penetration as well?
But, like, of someone
physically,
else.
technically.
I would say.
I think like also like because I was born and raised Catholic, I think back to your point of like it's like you are honoring God with your body and like the sacredness of marriage. I think it's like your intentions behind the actions also count too, like and saving that like more of like your pure, like keeping your mind pure of those like temptations so that you can save that for when you have your lifelong partner, your husband, pretty much. But it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, and I of course don't say that out of a place of judgment, but I believe like this is the design that I think God made for everyone, is to have this special bond. Like the reason that, you know, whenever you have sex, oxytocin, I think is the drug that bonds you. That's really hard whenever you're doing one night stands.
We also get oxytocin from hugs. So by hugging somebody and receiving that oxytocin, you're getting the same benefit that you would from sexual activity.
I think you get more oxytocin with a penis than a hug.
I guess I can't speak to that since I don't really know. Never experienced it. But I do think that the fact that that happens speaks to a certain purpose of it. Like it's supposed to bond you to that person.
Madam H, I think we need to hear from you on this topic.
I think I agree with your opinion, but in my opinion, I think that, you know, anything that has to do with sexual, anything that you're doing sexual, whether it be with yourself or with anybody else, it's natural. So it shouldn't be looked at as unnatural, even in the eyes of religion, just because that's what God put us on earth to do. We are here to procreate and survive. So if we are procreating, that's natural in the eyes of God.
If you go back